Hi there, I'm Steven with The Change Element. Thank you so much for joining me on this video mini tutorial on Reclaim Your Focus. So first, let me ask you a few questions. Does this resonate with you? You start a lot of projects, but you just can't seem to finish them. Maybe you go through a whole day and you make such little progress on the goals that you're trying to achieve. Maybe you get distracted by every little thing that pops into your way. Maybe something that should take you only an hour or so to do ends up taking several hours and you make slow progress. Well, if that's you, you're not alone. So many people struggle with the same thing, including myself. And it's really hard to stay focused because right now we get so many distractions. So today I'm going to share with you 4 simple ways that's going to revolutionize your workday. It's going to help you to reclaim your focus and get stuff done. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first way to do this is to get centered. And what I mean by that is to find physical and mental balance. So how do we do this? Well, first, get plenty of water. To meet your physical well-being. Make sure you're drinking throughout the day because when you're dehydrated, you actually get tired and you lose focus. Eating well, getting enough food and getting the right kind of food is important. So stay off those carbohydrates and eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and proteins. They'll help you focus and make sure you're getting enough food throughout the day. Getting enough sleep is important. Getting 7 hours or at least every night will help you maintain energy throughout the day, and even a good 20-minute nap in the middle of the day will give you that reboost you need if you're feeling tired. And finally, get some exercise. Even if it's just 7 minutes in the morning to just get your blood flowing, get your heart pumping, and then throughout the day, especially if you sit down for extended periods of time, make sure you get up out of your seat, take a walk around the office, get that blood moving. Next, get some balance in your life. And what I mean by that is reading. Reading really helps to train your mind to focus on a single thing at a time and block out everything else. Writing helps you practice organizing your thoughts as you try to get them out on paper. Meditation is huge to be able to quiet your mind and block out distractions and really be able to clear all the clutter out. And then finally, spirituality. Whatever it is that you practice, it's really important to be able to have yourself centered and know that you're in the right place in the world. Now, along with that, we're going to go into the next way, which is organize your time. And as you plan out and schedule your day, there's a few things to think about. First, it's to work and break, to not work constantly throughout the day, but to take breaks in between. And the reason for that is because our brains operate in something called a focus mode, where it requires a lot of intense energy and we're problem solving, but it also needs a diffuse mode. That's where your brain is thinking about a bunch of random things and not focused on a certain task, and that's where your brain is resting and kind of consolidating all the information. And you need a balance of both. And so the best way to do this is to do those in blocks, where you work for an extended amount of time and then you take breaks in between. Now, if you're wondering how you can do this, there are certain work cycles that you can do in order to organize your day. One is the Pomodoro technique, which says that you work for about 25 minutes at a time and then you take a 5-minute break. This is a method that is really popular among a lot of people. Another one is the desk time method. It was a survey or analysis conducted by a company to see the most productive people in their company, and they worked for about 52 minutes at a time and took an average of 17-minute breaks. So that's a really good way if you're looking for maximum productivity. But if you want even longer work cycles, there's something called the ultradian method, which works on your body's natural energy cycles, where your body is naturally energized for about 90 minutes at a time, and then it requires a 20-minute rest period. And so that's a really good way to break up your day. So choose any of one of these work cycles and try and experiment with them, but the important thing is to work and take breaks in order to organize your day. Now, the third method is to remove all the distractions throughout your day, okay? And you know what I mean. There's a lot of digital distractions. So phone calls that come in. Put your phone on airplane mode, put your phone on silent. Like, don't accept any calls during your work period. email, shut down that email, especially if you have, notifications pop up every time you get emailed. That can be so distracting. Shut that email down. And social media, you're prone to those. Checking Facebook and all those notifications. So turn off the notifications. Don't even have those tabs open. Just have the browser open that you need open to do your work. And then you also want to shut out all types of physical distractions. So one is noise. If you work in an office or an environment that's really busy, use headphones to block out that distraction and maybe play, classical music or ambient music just to be able to help you focus. Another way is to block out interruptions, especially if, people are constantly going into your office. Put a sign on the door that says, you're working for the next couple of hours and to not disturb you. Or even if you're in a cubicle, put a sign outside your cubicle saying you're focused on some work and to not contact you until a certain amount of time. Blocking out those distractions will help you focus. And the final way to be able to reclaim your focus is to track your progress. And that's huge because here's the thing. First, you need to set goals because if you don't know where you're going, you can't track your progress. You need to have an idea of where you're headed in order to be able to know if you're actually making progress towards that. And once you have your goal, it's important to break your day up into small chunks. And this is why to-do lists are so important and why they're so effective, because they help you help your brain know that you're actually taking steps along the way. And the reason for that is your brain operates on rewards. When you do a certain task, your brain needs to be rewarded in order to see that task as valuable and good and to be able to repeat that again. And every time you get rewarded, your brain releases dopamine, which is that feel-good chemical that makes you want to do something again. So whenever you do a task and you actually check it off, that is a huge stimulant for your brain, and it rewards progress so that you're more motivated to go to the next task because you want to check that off. And that's huge to have that actual check off because it brings reward to your brain. So as a quick review, first, get centered. Have balance throughout your day in physically and mentally, so that you're able to concentrate all your energy into certain things. Organize your time. Break your day up into chunks of work, into work and break, so that you can have that rhythm, that routine, and take the necessary breaks that you need. Third, eliminate those distractions. Do what it takes to block out all the incoming traffic from the outside world, whether digitally or physically. And then finally, fourth, track your progress. Give your brain those rewards that it needs in order to know that you're moving forward, you're progressing, and to be able to give yourself those rewards so you can continue doing those tasks again and again. Now, I hope that little video tutorial has been helpful for you. Go ahead and take notes on these and start implementing them. On the same page, you can also download a PDF of everything that we've talked about in terms of how to reclaim your focus so that you can keep that handy. Now go ahead, get back to your workday, reclaim your focus, and get things done.